Everlasting Love. Today we're talking about communication and understanding. As women, we know that communication can be a breaker or a maker for our marriage. The Word of God says that let each woman, man, be slow to speak, quick to listen, and slow to anger. Sometimes it's very hard for us women because we do have cycles every month, so where we sometimes hate everybody in our house, being for real. But we know that our communication can build our house or tear our house down. So one of the major things that I have learned, and I want to make sure that I'm sharing with other women, is that we have to build our house with our words. So the Word of God says life and death is in the power of the tongue. And you're going to eat the fruit of whatever you speak in your house. So what you want to do is make sure that you're speaking what God has told you to speak over your house, because you don't want to speak anything that you don't want to manifest in your home. So it's one thing that I have learned to do is to build my husband. Yes, build him with my words. Yes, he may not be doing everything that I want him to do, and he may be acting like a peasant when I know he's a king. But what I do is speak to him at the same time and say, hey, king, stand up. King, man of God. See, it's one thing. What I've learned also is that you always wonder why that very large woman has that very fine man. It's because she's a cheerleader. She's behind the scenes and she's speaking to the king in him, and she's telling him, hey man, you can do this. You can do this. The world is against you, but I'm here for you. And that's what you have to do in order to build your husband. So with that being said, what I've learned in order to keep myself with the right communication and seeing God, start with your communication with God first. You want to rise up early and start communicating with God so that He can give you the proper thoughts for the day. He can give you the proper way to communicate with your husband. So in the morning, what I do is I wake up and I pray over my entire house. And I pray for my husband, I pray for my children, and then I ask God to teach me how to be a wife. Teach me how to be my husband's wife. Teach me how to be my children's mother. Teach me how to minister to them, because marriage is a ministry. So that is what I am giving you as a tip, is to put God first in your morning. That way your mind will be set to where you can think on good things, because otherwise the devil is already up and he is ready to fight if you don't get up before he does. Because you can wake up with an attitude. If you know, we can wake up with an attitude and be irritated by everything in the world. But if you go to God first and have gratitude and speak to God about everything that you need Him to do for the day, your perspective will be different. And if your perspective is different, then you'll get different results. Hey, I want to challenge each and every one of you to start praying for your husband before he wakes up. To go ahead and go into prayer for him and speak to the king that is in him and decree and declare things that you want to see manifested over his life. Feel free to DM me if you need any assistance with setting up a prayer regimen for your husband or a declaration regimen over your husband. I understand how hard it is to just start out. So what I had to do is I had to get some help too. So feel free to direct message me. We're here for you.